All right, Georgina numbers are headed in the right direction. So we're going to start with the numbers. November 21, we had 105 new listings come to market, 78 sales that happened through the month, and 64 active listings, which would have carried into December 21. October 22, we had 112 new listings come to market, 45 sales, and 145 active listings, which carried into November. November, we had 87 new listings come to market. The reduction in the amount of listings is something that we did see pretty much across the GTA. 45 sales, so stayed on par there. 122 active listings. So seeing this in all the markets that I do review videos for is that the amount of active inventory has come down a little bit, which is not untypical for the time of year, which does present opportunities, I should say, for both buyers and sellers. November 21, average sale price across all home types was $1,053,000 in Georgina, $899 in October 22, and $766,000. So for sellers out there right now, I find a lot of people get wound up with this average sale price number. And again, it is average sale price. So it's condos, semis, towns, links, farms, multi-unit properties. There's a lot that goes into that. We're not just reviewing average sale price for detached or average sale price for semi-detached. So, I mean, there's a lot more in that number. So the way gets pulled around depends on what's predominantly selling that month. So I wouldn't get too tied up in the number, but I'll show you what numbers to get tied up in. Sales to new listings ratio, also known as the absorption rate. This is how we determine whether it's a buyer's market or whether it's a seller's market. And we're calculating this by looking at the sales divided into the new listings. So if we look a year ago, 74.3% of the houses that came on the market sold. 40.2% of the houses that came on the market sold in October 22, which incidentally would be a buyer's market. In November 22, 51% of the houses that came on the market sold. So this would be indicative of a what we call a balanced market, where there is enough supply to meet demand. Anything over 60% would be a seller's market. Months of inventory tells us if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of consumption or the current rate of buying, how long would it take to deplete the inventory? So a year ago it was 0.8, 3.2 months of inventory in October 22, currently trending at 2.7. So this is what I was saying, sellers. If you don't pay attention to this number, because again, if you have a detached house, this is an average number. We're not talking about detached average sale price. So when you're looking at, what's the strength of the market, these are the two stats you want to look at, and they're headed in the right direction. Typically, they go opposing to each other. So as the absorption rate starts going up, which it has over a month, the months of inventory starts going down, and these are positive numbers for sellers. This is actually what you want. Now, there are times where these numbers do travel in the same direction from the month prior. Typically would happen somewhere like in the spring, where there's a huge glut of homes coming on the market, and oftentimes we can see 10 and 20 and 30 new listings a day pop on the market, and stuff is actively selling daily. We tend to see these numbers travel in the same direction, but typically in this time of year where the market's a little, I would say, slower moving, we're typically going to see these going opposed to each other, which again, this is showing the strength in the market right now, which we're seeing strength across the GTA. So, I'll say this, the interest rates, in my personal opinion, and from the mortgage brokers I've spoken to that are still super busy, they haven't had as big impact as what the media would like to say. Sale price to list price ratio, homes selling 110% of asking a year ago, so 10.9% over ask, 95.7% in October 22, and currently selling at 99% of asking. And to get a home sold, 10 days a year ago, 24 in October, currently trending at 20. So we're seeing that number come down a little bit, and I would be willing to bet that you're seeing that number come down because there's less listings out there. And with less listings coming on the market and, the sales staying around the same, those buyers that are active just know are going to need to respond a little bit quicker to be able to do what they need to do. So what's a positive for buyers and sellers right now in this market? Well, for sellers, like I say, these are the two stats you want to focus on. And in fact, for buyers, these are the two stats you want to focus on. But for sellers right now, we're seeing these headed in the right direction. For buyers right now, I would say it's the amount of active inventory out there. It's the amount of inventory hanging around that's not been selling. I mean, the average sale price is 20 days, which means there's houses out there that have been on the market for 30 days and 40 days and 60 days and 90 days. And, there's some opportunity in there. If you're not finding what you want out there, buyers, in a house, let me know. and I would love to chat with you on a strategy that we can employ to help you find what it is you're looking for.